This is the iRest A306, and it turns a long day into a 20-minute reset that actually feels like a human working on your back. I sit down, press one button, and my shoulders, spine, and feet feel lighter than they have in years. I would call this a full-body massage chair for people who want a real daily unwind without booking an appointment. If you spend hours at a desk, if you stand on your feet a lot, if you lift at the gym, or if sleep has been rough, this fits right into normal life. It is not a gimmick recliner. It is a legit recovery tool that also happens to look like furniture. Design matters to me because a massage chair can dominate a room. This one is large, but it is tasteful. Mine is in brown, and it blends into the living room without that medical vibe some chairs have. The sides have light-emitting diode accent lights that give a soft glow at night. More importantly, it uses space-saving recline. Fully laid back, it only needs about 2 inches of clearance from the wall, so I did not have to rearrange the entire room. The materials are easy to wipe down, and the cushioning is soft without feeling mushy. I have spent hour-long stretches in it and never felt itchy or overheated. The base is sturdy and does not wobble when the airbags inflate. The only practical note is weight. It is heavy, around 210 pounds, so choose a spot and plan to keep it there. It does not slide easily on rugs. Setup was straightforward, but the delivery box is big. Getting it through a doorway takes patience and a second person. Once in place, I plugged it in and followed the quick steps on the remote. From power on to first massage took me only a couple of minutes. The chair wakes up, reclines, and runs a body scan. The scan maps your height and shoulder position so the rollers line up correctly. Mine was accurate on the first try. If someone taller or shorter sits down, it adjusts again automatically. Day to day, it is simple. The remote has a large, readable screen with big icons, so I am never guessing which button does what. I can change intensity, move the rollers up or down, or switch programs without diving into a maze of options. There is voice control with the wake phrase, "Hi Alice." It works most of the time. If the room is noisy, I just grab the remote because it is faster. Pairing my phone for music took only a few seconds, and the built-in speakers are fine for background audio. I usually play a calm playlist or an audio book and let the chair handle the rest. The core massage feels real because of the track design and the roller behavior. The track is shaped to follow the natural S-curve of your spine and then continues down into the seat toward your thighs. That matters more than it sounds like. On older chairs, rollers stop at the lower back and ignore the hips and top of the legs. Here, I feel pressure start at the neck, travel down between the shoulder blades, and continue through the lower back into the seat. The kneading and tapping combinations feel like palms and fingertips, not just plastic wheels. The chair never jabs one spot over and over. It rolls, pauses, stretches, and then returns with a different rhythm, which keeps my muscles from tensing up. The zero-gravity positions are my favorite way to start. When my legs rise to the level of my heart, my lower back pressure melts away. The chair offers 3 positions. I use the most reclined one for deep sessions, and the middle one when I am reading or watching a show. It sounds dramatic, but it really does make me feel lighter, and the rollers seem to dig in more effectively without feeling harsh. Heat is focused on the lower back. It is not scorching. Think of a warm compress. On cold nights, it eases that tight band across the lumbar area and helps the rollers glide. I wish there was optional heat in the calves, but the lower back heat is the area I benefit from most, so I still use it every evening. Airbags line the shoulders, arms, hips, and calves. They inflate and deflate in sequences that squeeze, hold, and release. On my arms, it feels like a slow, gentle hug, which is perfect after long typing sessions. On the calves, it can get intense, but I can dial it down. The foot rollers deserve special mention. They are not just an afterthought. They press into the arches and the balls of my feet with a mix of rolling and point pressure. I did not realize how much tension I carried there until I tried this. If you have sensitive feet, wear thicker socks or place the included pads under your heels. Once I tuned the intensity, the foot massage became a daily must. I ran several weeks of real use. After long workdays at the computer, I used the neck and shoulder focus program. The rollers climb high into the base of my skull, and clear that nagging tension behind the shoulder blades. When I return from a run or long walk, I switch to the yoga stretch program. The chair anchors my shoulders and lower legs, then reclines and gently pulls, giving me a slow spinal stretch. There is no jerking, and I never felt unsafe. It is more of a guided elongation. On weekend mornings, I pick a full-body relax session, set a 20-minute timer, and often end up drifting off for a few minutes. The chair goes completely flat and supports everything, so there are no pressure points that wake me up. Responsiveness is where it convinces me it is not just a fancy recliner. I can nudge the rollers up an inch with the remote and feel the change instantly. Switching from light to strong happens smoothly. The transitions between techniques are quiet. The motor sound is a low hum, barely noticeable over soft music, which means I can use it at night without disturbing anyone in the next room. The body scan also gets the shoulder height right almost every time. When my dad, who is shorter than me, tried it, he did not get rollers knocking into his neck or missing his upper back. The chair found his frame in a few seconds and adapted. Not everything is perfect. Manual control exists, but it is not limitless. I cannot program a hyper-specific routine the way a professional therapist would. For me, the presets are actually what I want because they require zero thought, but if you love to micromanage every move, you may wish for more granular steps. The lower back cushion could be a touch thicker. On days when my back is sensitive, I tuck a small rolled towel behind me and it solves the issue. The voice control is fun, but I still rely on the remote for speed and accuracy. And because the chair is heavy, moving it between rooms is not realistic. Pick a spot, set it, and leave it. Those are trade-offs I can live with for what it delivers every single day. There are a few smart touches I did not expect. The space-saving recline really does work. I have about 2 inches behind the chair and it never bumps the wall. The side lights are subtle, not bright, and they make late-night sessions feel calmer without turning on a lamp. The speakers are not audiophile grade, but they are clear enough for ambient music or an audio book. Cleaning takes seconds with a damp cloth, and the upholstery has held up with no scuffs so far. Here is how it fits into my routines. After dinner, I pick the full-body relax program, turn on lower back heat, and recline to the deeper zero-gravity position. I set a 20-minute timer and either listen to a quiet playlist or stream a calm video. By the time the chair powers itself back up to upright, my shoulders feel looser and my hips do not ache. On busy workdays, I sometimes run a 10-minute arm and shoulder airbag cycle in the afternoon. It sounds silly, but that quick squeeze-release pattern wakes up my forearms and I type more comfortably. On Sundays, I do the yoga stretch after a long walk and follow it with a foot-focused routine while I catch up on a video. My sleep is better on days I do that combo. I used to toss and turn with a tight lower back. Now I feel that warm, heavy relaxation that eases me into bed. Compatibility with different bodies has been solid. Friends and family tried it, including my parents in their 60s. Everyone found a comfortable position. The chair supports up to about 330 pounds and accommodates people up to about 6 feet 2 inches in height. I am under that, and the rollers hit all the right spots. The arm channels are roomy, and the calf area adjusts to different leg lengths without pinching. What matters most is how it makes me feel after real use. There is a noticeable difference in posture and mood. My shoulders sit lower. The tension headache that used to sneak up at the end of the week has been rare. I still enjoy a professional massage from time to time, but this fills the everyday gap. It is always there. It does not complain, and it does a convincing job of mimicking skilled hands. I appreciate that I can choose light pressure on sore days and crank it up when I want that deep, satisfying release. If you want flash over function, this is not the point. If you want a daily, reliable way to unwind, to recover from workouts, to loosen a stiff lower back, or to create a small ritual that signals your brain that work is done, this checks all those boxes. It looks like furniture. It behaves like a thoughtful tool, and it becomes part of your routine faster than you expect. You do make a few compromises on manual customization, and it is not something you will move around frequently. But the trade is worth it for the quality of the massage. The smart body scan, the long track that reaches your thighs, the lower back heat, the zero-gravity comfort, and those surprisingly good foot rollers. I will share detailed information about the iRest A306 in the comments section. Everyone, thank you for watching.